man. I do what I do.
Exactly 4 minutes into this video, okay? And I want y'all to listen very carefully to what the gentleman says, okay? Let's listen.
There's times I'm like the day walker. I swap in and out. It depends, right, you know. Like I had an auntie. She's black and she talks like a white woman until she gets mad. Then she's Jamaican.
Yeah.
You ever had one of them?
Yeah.
That's like me.
Yeah.
Depends what mood I'm in.
Yeah. Right.
Sometimes I'm white. Sometimes I'm black. Depends what mood I'm in.
Yeah.
But no, it's really interesting. And also,
let me run that back one more time because I don't think you all truly understood the context of what this gentleman just said. I have an auntie, and she's what? And then what? Let's listen very carefully.
For 5 seconds, so they're going to keep trying to push it.
Andrew, do you consider yourself to be African American?
Well, there's times I'm like the day walker. I swap in and out. It depends, right, you know. Like I had an auntie. She's black and she talks like a white woman until she gets mad. Then she's Jamaican.
Yeah.
You ever had one of them?
Yeah.
I have an auntie, and she talks like a white woman until she gets mad, and then she turns into a Jamaican, or then she becomes a Jamaican. What does that tell you about this gentleman? Keep in mind, his father's name was Andrew Tate, and although his father was born in America, his father also had 8 brothers and sisters, or his father had 8 brothers, so 8 siblings in total. I want you all to listen to this one more time.
Do you consider yourself to be African American?
Well, there's times I'm like the day walker. I swap in and out. It depends, right, you know. Like I had an auntie. She's black and she talks like a white woman until she gets mad. Then she's Jamaican. Yeah. You ever had one of them?
Yeah.
That's like me. Yeah. Depends what mood I'm in.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
So, a lot. I guess the common story is that his relatives are from somewhere in Alabama, but apparently he has an auntie that is Jamaican. Now, I'm not going to, well, I'll deal with that a little later, but what I do want to deal with is the conversation that took place, okay? Because I want to be able to put this in context for you all. And hit the number 1 button if you can hear me. But I want to break down what we just heard point by point. So you just listened to a clip from Andrew Tate and the Hodge Twins engaging in what I call performative pseudo-intellectual racism. They dress it up with humor, confidence, and half-truths. But underneath all of that swagger is lazy thinking, historical ignorance, and racial gaslighting. He says white people build complicated systems. That's what they do best. They put something on the moon. You get 10,000 black people in a room and tell them to achieve anything and nothing happens. Now let's unpack that. First off, when NASA put a man on the moon in 1969, it wasn't just a little white guys with glasses, okay? It was a black woman named Katherine Johnson and Dorothy Vaughan and Mary Jackson, all HBCU graduates, mathematicians and engineers whose calculations made the Apollo mission possible. They were literally written out of the history books until recent years because of racism and sexism. So when Andrew Tate paints the moon landing as some monolithic white triumph, what he's really doing is repeating the old colonial myth that white men are the inventors and everyone else just benefits. That's historical fiction. The truth is America's technology success was built on black labor, immigrant intellect, and native land. The railroads built by Chinese labor, the cotton economy that financed early American industry built by enslaved Africans, the agricultural backbone of the South maintained by black folks. The space program calculated by black women mathematicians. So let's be clear. America's systems were not created by one race. They were built through exploitation and exclusion. Tate's statement erases that truth. And next he claims that America isn't racist. It's the least racist country on earth. And that statement alone tells you he's not speaking from a place of history or empathy, but privilege and detachment. Because racism isn't just about lynching and slurs, it's about systems, housing, policing, healthcare, banking, and the legal system. If America is the least racist country, then explain why the median white family still holds 8 times the wealth of the median black family, according to the Federal Reserve in 2022. Black Americans are disproportionately incarcerated for the same offenses that white Americans get probation for. Black home loan applications are denied at double the rate of whites, even with the same income and credit score. The life expectancy gap between black and white Americans remains 5 years apart. If this is the least racist country, that says more about how bad the rest of the world is than it does about how good America is. And then he pivots. He pivots to one of the most ignorant statements in the clip, blaming Africa's poverty on Africans themselves. He says Africa's rich but poor, and because they have no leadership and their culture is broken. Africa's poverty is a direct result of colonial theft and neocolonial economics. European powers carved up Africa at the Berlin Conference in 1884 and 1885. They extracted gold, diamonds, oil, and people while destabilizing every region they touched. And when independence came in the mid 20th century, those nations were saddled with impossible debt structures and Western-backed coups and economic systems designed to keep them dependent. So when Tate says Africa's rich but poor, he's accidentally right, but for the wrong reasons. Africa's rich in resources but poor because Western nations and multinational corporations continue to extract that wealth. Now, here comes the so-called pattern recognition, and I didn't play this, but he went on to try to justify racial profiling, saying that if I were a white cop and I saw a car with 4 black men in Chicago at 4 a.m., I'd be trigger happy. That's what he said. And he said that's just pattern recognition. And what he's describing is in pattern recognition is prejudice and fear dressed up as logic. The entire concept of pattern recognition falls apart when you realize it's selective. For example, okay, most serial killers in the US are white males. So should police start racially profiling white men driving alone near wooded areas? What's up, everybody? This is the Blizzard King. I love you guys. I'll talk to y'all later.
Well, I be damn. Look who done come up in here.
Hey, it's Kunta Kinte and Ebola.
Famine and blood diamond.
What's up, what's up, what's up? Welcome to the broadcast. This is Uncle D. People wash their ass in the tub, Kamala Harris.
You were tuned in to Uncle D, This black man talk, pull up, homie, take a seat. Don't be a shadow watcher every day. You learn something, then you earn something. Let them know and drop some money in the plate. It's getting cold, ladies, talking ratchet. Blizzard King here, grab your coat, zip your jacket. Keep quiet for a second, close your jaw. Attorney Spurling, this ain't pearly, know the law. Talking Constitution, pushing pins when he shootin', give him that. Masculinity, just for the record, sprinkle that. You can keep your cat, gotta cut it. Only cat he rubbing, gotta love it. I call it Molly Buddy. Gotta vote your interest, voting earns. Presidential, this is for the money that I earn. When you gon' learn, my people, that evil mixed with evil. No matter what you're doing, baby, this ain't equal. Sometimes when you're special, you get hated. The test is for the best, you're damn right, my people made it. Uncle D, Blizzard King, you been served, gotta notice. Now black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now. Uncle D, you been served, get your notice now. Black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now. Uncle D, you been served, get your notice now. Black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now. Uncle D, you been served, get your notice now. Black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now.
Hey man, I'll do what I do.
Somebody need to whip your ass.
Get up and whip him, Sweets.
Hey, don't be putting the money in my hand all rough.
Take your ass out here. You buy you a Floby and cut your own damn hair from now on.